I'd like to share the infusion pump that I get to wear for 48 hours every 2 weeks as part of my regimen for my colorectal cancer. My oncologist has already checked the cure box on my chart. I will be cured of this disease with 6 months of treatments. He predicts that I will go on to lead a vital and healthy life. Our son wears a similar pump, though his is much more sophisticated. It's got the pump and the cord and the delivery system. Mine is delivering chemotherapy. His delivers insulin. It's got the same aspects to it. However, he has to wear his daily, every day of his life, for the rest of his life. He has no cure box to date. He changes his infusion site every 4 to 5 days, risking the ravages of high blood sugar on his organs if his cannula gets kinked going into his flesh, or he errs in the prediction of his carbs that he's intaking. There are also the lows that can cause death due to an underestimate in the amount of exercise he's done. This can happen in the night. Many parents have their alarms set for 2 o'clock in the morning to stick their child's finger to get their blood sugar numbers, just to make sure they're alive in the morning. Type 1 diabetics, as opposed to type 2 diabetics, are totally dependent upon insulin from an outside source. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease. I reiterate, cancer is not what it used to be. Many people I've met on my journey are being completely cured. The treatments are not pretty, but end in positive outcomes. I'm asking, along with thousands of other parents, for a cure for type 1 diabetes. Unfortunately, type 1 doesn't get the funding that cancer does. But God says to ask, and many times He says that we don't have because we don't ask. Please join me in asking God for a cure for all the children, big and small, that deal with the challenges of type 1 diabetes on a regular daily and nightly basis. The Bible says, ask and it will be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened for you. For everyone who asks according to God's will, it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. Please come to the JDRF Walk for a Cure on Saturday morning, April 29th, on the grounds of the Chicago Cubs training games at Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. Join my Asking for a Cure Box team. Thank you, JDRF, for your consistent efforts on behalf of our loved ones. Thank you, Bash's Grocery Stores, for all the huge efforts you have each year in providing all the food for this event. Thank you for the researchers who pursue a cure, especially Doug Melchin at the Harvard School of Medicine, who is the father of a type 1 child. Thank you, Bart Millard of Mercy Me, father of Sam, who was diagnosed at 2 and is now 10. I, too, imagine a cure, Bart. Thank you, Greg Pruitt, for your extreme prayer book that has given me, an ordinary mom, the courage to come boldly forward publicly and ask to have a community of families of type 1 diabetes to unify in a fragrant but persistent prayer to access the power of God through Jesus Christ Himself and ask for a cure now for such a time as this. Nothing is too difficult for God. Thank you for coming